What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today on Yoga Tantra Healing, we're going to be talking about prana and awakening your life force energy. Now, prana is one word or term for energy or the positive upward flowing energy within the body. And I've also made another video or other videos where I've mentioned apana, which is the downward flow of prana into the body as well. So understanding that prana is that upward movement of kundalini, of life force energy. And we also need to remember the balance that prana also flows downward in apana, and to have that balance of upward and downward flowing energies. So this word gets thrown around a lot, and energy, we all talk about energy and frequency and vibration and everything. Sorry, I'm kind of squinting, the sun's right here in my eyes, but hope you can just appreciate the message even though my eyes are closed a little bit. And we have to understand that everything is energy. Everything has a positive and a negative charge to it, and they even say what goes up must come down, all that sort of thing. Prana and apana, or just prana in general, is a great way in a Sanskrit term and yogic terminology to look at this energy. Because when we understand kundalini shakti or kundalini energy, we have to look at it from various dimensions, because there is the goddess herself, the life pervading essence, the spirit that pervades all of creation, from within our bodies to the trees, to the water, the air that we breathe, the foods that we eat, the things that we hear, the animals. All these different things are various forms of prana and various manifestations of shakti as the divine mother, as the goddess, as the spirit embodied within this reality. And so what we start to learn with prana is that we can increase our vitality simply by increasing the prana within our bodies, which is that upward current or rising energy. That's why, we say like kundalini rising, or that activation. When you start to feel kundalini free herself from the muladhara or the root chakra, you will feel this upward tingling energy up your spine. You may feel rushes of heat. It could be chills. It could be goosebumps on your skin. It could be just like an electrical sort of surge that you feel all the way from your spine, depending on how much you've activated up to, the crown of your head. And even feeling energies outside of you, around you. If your prana, if your auric field is really powerful, you will start to feel that prana around you, even the energetic field, that you are constantly in an exchange with nature, with Mother Gaia, and with other sentient living beings. Now, to some degree, we look at that as animals, and knowing that everything is alive, we understand that water has a memory now. Water is a living energy force. This snow is crystallized water, and it is very much alive. These crystals have a particular energy form to them, and even by our energy, we influence the structure of water. This is all scientifically proven. You can check out the Dr. Emoto experiments. Masuru, I think, is his first name, but the Emoto experiments, where they do different emotions that humans said certain prayers or felt certain things, and then projected that energy onto water, and they crystallized the water to see the shape that it would create. And it was very interesting to see that emotions like hate and anger and negativity and violent music made the crystals all disharmonic and ugly, I guess you could say, or disharmonic is another word for that. And then they also did prayers of positivity and love and gratitude, compassion, played things like Mozart and classical music, and then they formed these perfect geometric crystals and these crystalline structures of beautiful harmony and symmetry. Just understanding again that this exchange of energy is happening with everything. So when it comes to our yogic practice, this is one of the first things you'll notice is an increase in your prana, an increase in your energy. As kundalini shakti begins to awaken, your 72,000 nadis within the body will start to clear the energy channels. The nadis are the non-physical energy channels to the physical energy channels within the body. And then understanding that prana is also a non-physical or a spiritual energy that condenses into the body and also increases the physical energy. So one of the first things you'll notice when you begin a yoga practice, whether that's asana, your postures and various movements, and we have plenty of those demoed on the channel. You can always check out the playlist for that. These increase the prana and the flow of that energy throughout your body. And they also help with apana, or bringing the extra energy down, because you don't want to have too much upward energy. You always have to balance this current of energy. But to keep it simple, I'll just talk from prana, understanding that it flows upward and downward, energetically speaking. When you do these asanas and different practices, that's why you have an expanding chest, heart opening, and then you have a contraction like cat and cow, or other postures. You want to balance a cobra or a sphinx with a downward dog to get those two different energies, to bring the energy up as you expand, and then to bring the energy back down as you contract. So to make that clear, or then when you're chanting mantra, when you're singing music, even just listening to music, if it's a very positive, high frequency music, you will notice these surges of kundalini if it's activated within you. You may notice it when you chant mantra with devotion, with that intention to increase your energy. You will start to feel these tingles of electricity and new energies flowing through your body. This is kundalini shakti activating that prana and giving you more life energy just by listening to certain music that is healing, that is coherent, that is harmonic, that is pleasing to the ears, pleasing to the senses. This is why we also talk about diet in yoga and vegetarianism, and not just vegetarianism, because even I've recently have, after a long time of being plant-based, gone back to eating grass-fed meats and different things, and these foods are increasing my energy very interestingly. Even though they are considered to be on the heavier side, or the tamasic in Ayurveda, they actually have been increasing my energy just by that connection, understanding the life that is given in that, and then praying over it, bringing harmonic vibrations from my heart and giving thanks for that food. Even that, infusing your food with that prana, with that life force. But if we look at the energetics of food, we understand that raw fruits and vegetables naturally have the highest electricity, or bioelectricity, within them, and that their pranic output is extremely valuable, especially very juicy fruits, melons, pineapples, citrus, all these high frequency foods, raw, vegetables, greens, different other things. You will notice that these foods have an extremely high pranic value to them. And that is also the electrical output that you get when you consume those raw foods. That's why vegetarianism is talked about in many different spiritual traditions, not just yoga, but in many different spiritual traditions around the world, because they understood the prana within the food could increase their spiritual practice. It could increase the amount of energy they could feel, how deep they could get into prayer and meditation, and all of these things. And understanding that relationship with the music we hear, the foods we consume, again, the water we drink, the way we drink it, that intention, bringing that intention into everything we do, all of our senses, the way we touch and communicate with our body, taking care of the skin. All of these things increase the prana. There's many different detox protocols in yoga too, and even some that I have yet to really practice on a long-term basis. And these are also ways that we can increase the prana. They have neti, where they do the neti pot, and they'll cleanse the different channels, the left and the right channels, with the salt water, again bringing a flow of prana, that salt water, that electrically charged water, and cleansing out the channels. And what that does is it increases, again, the amount of prana we can breathe in through the air. Understanding that all of these things are sustaining us, that the spirit of God and Shakti, the goddess, is living vibration. She lives both within us and with all of creation. And when we connect to that source of energy, we begin to increase our energy. And this is what yoga is all about. This is what Tantra is all about, is finding different ways to increase the energy. Now, like I was saying with Tantra and other videos, we learn to find that prana even in what other more strict sects may say this is the only way to have a high vibration. In Tantra, we learn to infuse all of our practices, all vibrations, even all emotions, with that life force energy, and understanding the different rates of vibration, understanding the different experiences and emotions and qualities of life that we go through. All can grant us energy, can bring us closer to union with God and with our true self, with our higher and lower self, and unifying in that heart chakra. So understanding on a bigger picture that prana is that energy. It is that life force. We even have the mudra when you put the two fingers together. This is prana mudra. And what we're doing when we're doing this, we're connecting certain channels, and then we're both bringing that prana into the body, and we're also sending that prana out through the body, through the fingers, and sending out that loving energy. Just like when we're doing Reiki healing, we're connecting to source energy, bringing in that pranic energy, and then we're sending that positive vibration, sending that healing energy and that prana that we are, connected to at all times. And we're sending that out through our energies. That's what the different mudras are for. I'm going to make a video again on that, explaining some of the different mudras and how you can add these to your yogic practice in different postures, different asanas, as well as just part of your daily life and your meditations, and how these increase prana within the body because you're connecting certain circuits within the body and allowing that pranic energy to flow, allowing shakti to open the channels, to cleanse the channels. Because in the modern society, we tend to be in a very tamasic, very root chakra based society where energy levels, everyone needs constant stimulation of the wrong sources of energy, things that drain us rather than fill us with energy. And, when it comes to semen retention, that's a real great way of talking about using your life force energy and bringing it upwards, bringing it into that pranic flow of up the spine, bringing the sexual energies up the spine and flowing that energy throughout the body, getting a circuit of energy flowing, because most of society is wasting that sexual energy. They're wasting their life force energy by eating processed foods and fast foods and sugary drinks that have no benefit or prana into them, and very toxic water and chemicals and all that other stuff too. But we're on the energetic value, especially, in the West, we've forgotten that everything has this energy flowing through it. And the better we can connect to that energy, the better connected we'll feel to ourselves, the more energy we'll have for our spiritual practices, and the more life will just be a natural joy. You find that natural joy when shakti is flowing, when prana is flowing, and also having that proper balance with apana and knowing when you need to do something that's going to bring the energies a little bit more calm and stable, because there are times to have too much energy, and you always want to balance that you're giving with how much you receive. So understanding the flow of prana is both an inward and an outward thing. Understanding that prana deals with our kundalini awakening and shakti, and that through the different practices of yoga and tantra, we have asana, we have mantra, different videos and channels that you can, or playlists that you can find on the channel to activate this energy within you, to get closer to that source of energy, and understanding that you are a powerful being, even connecting with the earth, putting your bare feet on the earth or coming outside to sit in the sunlight. You're getting that electric energy, not just the vitamin D production and all the benefits that has for your skin, but also you are conducting this electrical prana. You're connecting to the sun, and when the sun is sending its rays to you, you are sending love to the sun and to all places and all times. When you have your bare feet on the earth, it's the same thing. Even if you go outside and stargaze at night, if you're looking at the stars and the planets, it's like you're connecting with that source in all things, and you're beginning to realize that oneness and that energy exchange is always happening, that we are influenced by the celestial objects as well as what's happening on the earth energetically. And so when we get in tune with that, we begin to naturally increase in our energy. Our chakras begin to activate. We begin to experience heightened states of consciousness naturally without as much need for external sources of energy. We become the generator, the conductor of energy and of our lives. So that's what this channel is all about. If you'd like to get in contact with us, please do reach out at my email or the Patreon, where you can sign up for monthly yoga classes, personalized to you, one-on-one sessions. We have beginners to advanced sessions that you can get from us, as well as bi-weekly meditation and kundalini awakening support circles to help you on your journey and to connect as a group, to have that group meditation time where we raise the energy together, raise our vibrational frequency, and get into that heart chakra, get in tune with all of our chakras, and get that prana flowing so that we can be a positive force in the world, so that we can do what we want to do, accomplish the things we want to see. And that's the beauty of this. So please check out the links in the description if you want to get in contact with us. You can always reach out on social media or again at my email, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. If you have any comments, please leave them. Subscribe to the channel for more, and I hope to see you once again soon. Much love. Namaste.